Okay, today we are going to share how to push back data back into B model. Basically, we are receiving those binding schedule date, binding install date from our site. So we are going to share those dates back into our B model. So let's start from our B model platform. Our B model is keep it in the Win360 crop model. So I will just browse to this location, which is construction model. It is on the CS structure model. It's supposed to be 221B, which is a remaining block. I'm going to push it back finally data information. So let me during opening the file, let me share the binary data that we receive from our consultants. That means the setting. So you can see they have the binary info. So basically now we open a log 221B. 221B. Log 221B. So those information will be tried back to the update model. So in this schedule, we can see that there is a piling reference ID and high cascade date. So those piling reference ID should match with our model. So let's take a look. So inside the schedule at the moment, let me take a look. It's only we have done it. So we have to create a schedule. Maybe to keep it in consistent naming, I already give a naming of those binary schedule. To do one, and change it to binary schedule to 1B for the binary schedule. Okay. So here you can see there is a G1, G1.1. So let's see what are those. Actually, those are this is pi cut, this is pi in. So to able to see, right, maybe I just switch on type and comment of the element. So I will just add in the schedule. I will just add in type. Type. Maybe I also need to have a fully installed it. But this one seems like a bit different from what I had doing, so I will just delete. Okay. We create because this maybe this one created by Sarah, which is a bit different for me. So I will do shape parameter. I mean project parameter. I will take it back, leave it. Add it back. Those are shape parameter that I created. A little bit different, as you can see for the scroll is the one that I'm doing in other block. So I'm choosing that this shape parameter. Then it's keep it inside data group. Those elements are structure foundation, so I can just go to structure, and it's starting as a structure foundation. So basically, I'm creating project parameter to include as for the install date for those structure foundation. Sorry for the parameter of the colors. Okay, yeah. So for the install date is already project parameter is already added, so I can include in my schedule. So we put it inside my field for the install date. You can see now. So I'm going to inside. And here you can see this familiar type, right? Types. Those are all pie are the one that supposed to be in tiny schedule. Those pie cap are supposed to be separate out. The problem in our, in our this modeling. So I just have a look at it. Here you can see Piney and Python is combined as one family. And when we look into this one, right, we will have this is Piney, this is Python. So there is this one consider nested family inside family. So what we need to do is I got to filter out only Piney. So I use a few way to filter. Mark beginning G is all about Piney and Python, which is already have okay. So now maybe I just group. When I look at this, right, whenever Python there is a thickness. So I will just filter it out. Then the thickness 150 is the minimum. I need to the minimum thickness yes. So I will just say thickness is less than 150. So now I'm filtering out those not a pie cap. But again, you can see those pie cap because when I study this one, right, it is not a big pie model in place. It doesn't show thickness. That's the reason. So it doesn't matter. I can do another filtering, probably by comment. So I will add another fee comment because I just want to quickly fit out. And so I have comment where I can see this is packet. I want to filter out maybe like when I look at the comment right is 1 to 10 is the maximum number so far I can see. So I will just say more than 11 is like not necessary for me. So,
what is the meaning for 1 to 10?
Okay, actually we can see right the way the model is pi cap is doesn't have any comment. But Pi they put it in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as a comment. What I'm saying is that you can see, let's say this is a pi cap group because some pi cap kind of group is about this one.
Yes.
So there is a when you look at this right, they have a comment one. So this pi cap have 3 pi, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, something like this. So they are making use comment for this piling to
Piling number.
piling number.
Okay.
So for me, those packet I don't need. I will just make it as a comment. So yeah, comment. I'll just put it 11. So then I want to figure out whenever equal to 11, get out of my schedule something like this. So I will figure out using. I think some people are coming in, so I think it's okay. Okay, now mark or comment equal maybe 11 get out of my schedule. Oh, supposed to be does not equal, I guess so. Does not equal. Okay, so let me go through any more Python. So here you can see this is Python. We just add it. Python and just put it there. This is not much, so I'm filtering out like that way. If it is a lot, it will be fine to filter out. Anyway, this is my working session, so yeah, then along the way there may be error and issue that I got to solve. Since this is not education and web repair section. Okay, so you now we can see here you can see right all about time the by day no more So not sure whether those packet and this course or site created finding ID is the same or not. Then what I need to do is matching this finding ID with site finding ID marking, and for the install date I need to push it back. I mean those date I need to get it file to push it back. Okay, so I do need to see a lot of things. What I want to keep it is probably install date and marking. That's it. Okay, so I will just formatting. I don't need to see those all. Yeah, I don't need to see those all. Not required. I will just hide. Right. What I need is to install the marking. Right. So I will export it into schedule. There is a lot of is or exporting method. The one that I'm going to use is bi-directional, meaning we will export schedule from Revit, then put it in information in AZ, and then drag back to Revit. There is a few admin. I try to use it being one, but I think this one is not perfect. I think there is an issue with private date information into Beam. First of all, date information. Then second, there is a few more constraints that you cannot perform. Example, when I use this Beam one to export, right? Then I feed the information. When I drive back, right? If my easy file is open, it will just ask me to close it. Something like that. There's a lot more constraint that I experience with Beam one. So I also find more in. I think the IRODS the sheet link shared at Revit is pretty perfect and it is free. I get it. This application, the one that recommend is Mr. Zomomi for MHH. Thanks for him. Thanks to him for recommending this application. When I shared him to about this one, he shared me that the root is better. Okay, so let's go ahead to how the root. The ROTS. This time roots probably. File is working. So now I'm going to export only schedule. Like there is a lot more, repair schedule. Export more than configure a lot. So for me, I need to export only schedule, which is 221B. For the pilot schedule, I only have mock, I installed it. So there is when I export, right, there is like export to Google Drive orders, right? So let's say we are trying to export to Google Drive, then people just synchronize or like using our AppSheet format, right? AppSheet data, and then you push it back those data back to Google Drive, then you can load it back from Google Drive as well. But now I'm not using that way. I'm going to export into my PC only. Export to my PC and progress tracking file. So the rest now I already done. So now the one that I'm going to do is to do 1B. Okay, cool. Now exporting is file. That application export is format. Element ID is someone that we don't need to touch because this one remember Revit element. So when we try that, right, it's kind of automatically try back. Right? That way is bi-directional information flow. Now the part that we need to do is for the install date to try back. So let's see what can we do. We have to do two AZ files. One is this the AZ file I received for site, right? Another one is for this for site and the one that I generate. So I need to map it these two, right? So let's say 221B. So I will just hide 221A all those not to confuse because I also had the previous job I already finished one. So 221B start from here. By the way, we have in this project 1.5,000 pilot ID. Luckily, we are not manually importing those data into Revit. We are using AZ to try back information. Okay, now I'm hiding. those previous piling information.
Computer is waiting to have in the zone. Please accept.
Okay. Now now you can see 221A is hiding. 221B. Okay. So 221B start from G01. Like the way the mapping you can see 0102-1 3-1. But even though our Revit AZ is like similar way, but in the AZ at the apps generated AZ coming something is like 130 something like this. So I suppose to map it the same like what this site is a file show me, right? So now the issue is let's try to map it. Now when I try to map those columns, I mean sort it out. Try to sort, right? A to Z, right? So we expand the selection. You can see it's not sorting by like G1 dash 1 dash something like that. But it's instead it's going G10 because 10 is smaller than G11, the other way and that way. So I have to research a bit more, basically to get it those take out G, get those number before dash. So to do that, I have actual formula that I researched for online. Believe me, I don't know how to download those formula, but what I just follow it, I try to follow a lot of is a formula. The actual way is this formula is like finding where is the digit stuck. Example, it could be GACD, something like that. Like, let's say if it is GACD, right, it will start looking for digit first digit. So instead of GACD, right, so it will be appear as number 5 is the digit location, something like this. So now it's basically it's number 2 me. He start looking for where is the first digit instead of not the letter. It could be G. Example, let's say this one is GACD, right? Instead, in this case, this one number will be at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can see 5, right? So basically, it start looking for what is the digit, first digit. Then by doing this one, right, I guess straight away extract out those digit only, not including text. Whenever be it GACD or G or GA. Okay. So this second item is basically taking out digit only. The third item again is that I try to take out those before high-fi. So this formula is saying looking for like anti high-fi. So like example 10, right? Dash they were looking for they will extract the information before high-fi. So example 100 example is before high-fi then 100 something like this. So this by using this formula I get able to extract. So I will just copy those from three formula and then push it. This one is I just copy those to here to sort it out. So these three formula I just copy and put it here. Basically, what I'm doing is I just copy those formula 3 and those, I will copy those information also out. Actually, I could, I could just derive those instead of F4, right? Instead of F4, I can just move it to this side. But I don't want to touch this information at all. That's why I just using my outside of without touching this one. Because I want to double check whether it is right or not. So I will put it in front because it's looking for F4. By doing this, right, it will start calculating those 100 to something like it start extracting. So the same, I will just extract out every time. So now I can be able to sort it out by doing this way. And we just try to sort out. So let's say I need to sort those pieces. Maybe sort out using no filter using construct, and we sort it by I, comma I first, then by another level by marking, which is comma C. Okay, so smaller to largest A to Z. Which is to do one be right now you can see the sorting is quite similar to what we are previously prepared, so I can just ignore those calculated or sorting or corner at the moment. I just hide it. So now I want to double check whether this corner is missing or right. I mean, with quick manually check. So what I can do is I will just copy those 2 to 1B start corner. And 1B also. Take the 1 is the last. So I will just copy and just put it side by side. Then I will just roughly alternately look for the number. If 34.54 is alright, 64 is alright, 83 is alright. So 131, 122. So we need all the model, all the timing for model and the easier data sheet for slide image basically. So I just need to copy the date. But again, the date right now, I try to push it date by that format, year, date, without any hi-fi or like any date format. I just want as a text. The reason is when I extract out, right, I just wanted to extract out selection set using selection set. Right, I just want to extract out those contain year, August. So the piping that installed at August give me that piping something like that. I just want to quickly filtering up like map. So or even we can even do like week or data. But to do that, I don't want to do another format. That's why I need to prepare. But when you look it back, right? Okay, when we look at this date, it is not text, it's still in date format. So I need to incorporate those date format to text format also. Doesn't matter. It's I will incorporate with from the August way. So now I will just copy those whatever date to here, right? Just copy. Yeah, just push it back to this date. I mean this corner. The reason is I want to formulate this guy to here. So you can see this is the date format, right? When I try to Revit, right, it's what time as a date format. Then I may have a difficulty to sort it out in Naviswork. So I like to convert it to string format, so I can just like declare text. Not very good at this, to be honest. Follow value is this one. The format I want is string. Year, date. String always need to put it with this. So now what I'm doing is like getting a text format for the date. Okay, so the same, I will just push it down all the way. So yeah. So now I'm going to push back those date data inside the bin model. So before that, I will just save it. And now I will go back to Revit. So even though I have those columns, it will not dry back. The reason is in order to dry back, right, they actually have somewhere actually have format which is for all those data, which is all those automatic automated created one. So I don't need to care about this one. So I can just roughly try it back to verify. So to do that, I will just go back to sheet link again. Then I'm going to import. Just now it's export, right? Then I will just import it. When I import it, it needs to be a schedule that I exported. So it's model reference, model number, all those are linked back on. So I just need to private is this information back. So by doing this, those all the data should be coming in. Okay, then our information, pushing back information into bin model is success now. Right, all the data is coming back. So what I could do is what we are doing is like we had Naviswork file. This file is not NWG, right? It is NWF. So what we are doing is those files we keep it as bin 360 correspondent. I'm pushing back I'm not even though I push it back to Revit, right? I don't like to do visualization with Revit. The reason is it's first of all it's going to be very slow, right? When it's easier to give the information for end user also. So Naviswork is a bit easier to give them and lighter. So we should usually do in the coordination file, right? We keep it at NGC file. We keep it at the crowd as well. Then you can see inside correspondent there is contractor. Inside contractor there is a coordination model. So what we do is like all the coordination model, right? Those are considered archive file, weekly archive file. Whenever before ICE meeting, we were doing NWT50 and export. This is quite standard to the rest project, but in this latest project, we are keeping our WIP file as here as well. So inside WIP file, right? What we have is like maybe slash insert, and then like we have NWF file, which is a keep working one. So all the viewport or whatever data is inside that the NWC file keep updating. Reason I could just export the latest information file to here. So like all the version will kind of override, and then we will pull in the latest information from here and then read it back. Latest compile master Naviswork master file. Alright. So this is what we. So the same go to marquee or the units. I do all the block of putting here. That keep updating by respective people. Even though this one is by Sarah is handling archive, right? So keep updating archive NWC file. Then like maybe MIE, MQQ, and maybe where we keep updating the NWC file. For me, I just look working at NWF, or like the rest people are just open NWF file. Then like we just doing coordination. Then like all the safe view are over there. Example, you can see the safe view that we are doing. Coordinating safe view, all those are inside. So let's say I hide all. Those files are very good, consider live working file. Whenever updating or writing, you just keep coming inside this. Right. So we always talking about all our latest information in here. So
Bala is waiting.
I think I already accepted. Bala already inside. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I mean,
Oh, yeah. Commute very good. Martin, 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 that's good. Okay, so what I do is all the same right? Example, people may using this one, or Zara may using this one, then he may find out this some issue. Then what we are recommending, just save your view here. That the rest people also can see example 220A, what are the issues that we are solving. And I can always track even whether those issues are close or not, right? So this by this way we are always getting coordination file, latest coordination file here. So as well as binary tracking. Okay, so binary tracking how I could do. Example in this pro, right? I only since today I'm still working on finding information, right? Those NWC file, the one that Zara published so far is only a 219A, which is yesterday or the day before yesterday. Right? This file is already have a 40 install date. The rest file I haven't exported yet. So when we export, right, we will just kind of open right here this file. And in NWC file, NVT file, this Naviswork file, I could pull it up for the information. So there is how do I pull it out this for the install date from Naviswork file. Okay, so let's say 219A is here. Is it 219A block? Right. So let's select one pi name. So when I look at property, right, you will not see element ID, or you will not see. You will not see marking, right? Pi name marking, right? To be able to see pi name marking, right, you got to go to selection tree, go up one level. Okay, one level. The see property again. In this case, you can see elements. You can see element ID. Marking. Which one?
Maybe that one is the Changes and that one. The one you click. Yeah.
Thank you, Zara. Let's see. She's very good. Maybe I first of all yes. Maybe I just cut it on session. So this is consider heading. So I will go up one level. Right. So after select, I go up one level, then I can see property. So in this property, you can see this marking is this binding and marking G65 one, right? And for the installed it, you can see here, right? So what I could do this one is like, let's say I want the piling the install on August, right? To do that, I search with /z. So those who don't know /z, I will teach you data. At the moment, I will just go through the step by step. File item. I like to see let's say I clear out all the things. The off condition. I could find element. I could find for the installed it. Now you don't see those for the installed it. In this case, you can see here. In the case you don't see, right? Because just now I'm walking, so it's already see. In the case you don't see, right, then probably might be at the last right there is 3 dots. You can click on 3 dots, then it will expand whatever available parameter you can select. So I can select now for the installed it. So how do we start to look for whether it is need to find element item or ID or label or whatever. So it's pretty easy. For me, I always look in that way. I will show the tips. So when you select, right, you observe what is the information you want to extract. Is it meaning So I will go back one neck and I will click on property. So let's say you are looking for this soft file ID, right? Soft file example, or even work set. You want to file with work set. So you could just observe the information for this property. Example, if you are looking for this GUID, you should go to item GUID, look for this information, something like this. So the same, if you are looking for like material or review material, like ID or those information, in this case you should choose element first, as a category. First level element, second level is for the install date, third level is this data, something like this. Got it? Or Revit tag, you want to find all the 900mm diameter ball pie. In this case, you can go by W also. You could find what I work set also. Right? So now I'm going to find is the information I will look for is I will start looking for elements, for the install date. Then the installation contain 2020-08. So doesn't matter behind it, right? So I can see within of and guess what are the items we install. So this is so by that way I'm going to find item from every file. It could be from every file, right? I can just let there I see element for the install date contain, or like if specific date, how many pi install you want to see. In this case, you can just type equal date. Right now, for me, I just want to see the August 1 is or even October is. So I will just say 2010. So this map what are they by install. So I will just find no object form. So in this block there is no in October. So 2020 how about September? File. Yep. Those are the block installed at those are the Pioneer that installed in September. So what I could do is like, you know, I could prepare one CQ port. So basically for the Pioneer tracking in August. The problem is everything switching back. I could do it two ways. I mean, I have this, right? So I had and select that. So I can see those are the pi that installed at this date, right? So I could easily switch on this overlay to the. Okay. Switch on the outline. This one is a 2D control. I could just switch on the floor just to show block outline. I don't need everything. Or even great example. Right, so I can see this one block 219A. Those are the pi installed at August. So let's say for then I can update, right? This one is like install at update. Let's say Pioneer tracking at this September. So should be more, right? So I need to select September also. These two. So selection set. Let me check this one is correct or not. So to item. So I could say this one or this one. My selection set that is. So yeah. So this one is my selection set here is here only. Okay. So just update this. See. Now the thing is okay, because that I hide all. See, I hide all. Hiding install at this state. Hide and select it. So yeah, you can see Piney install at those red white color are the one that install at second bar. By this way, we can, we could do more and more presentation. By this way, the more important is that we already have a date at Piney. So a long way to extract out. For me, now I just looking a long way, which is those green. You can take a look all those green individual date or installation. You can see. Install it